Our guest today is Nobel Prize winner, Professor Dan Shechtman. May I call you Danny?
Of course.
Take us to the Nobel Prize research of yours, a great story, the quasicrystals.
I have discovered something that was in the books forbidden. It was clearly forbidden, and yet there it was. I tried to understand it based on periodic materials with some defects called twins. I spent the whole afternoon trying to find the twins, couldn't find them. There were no twins there. It was something else. This was the day of the discovery.
So how did you react to this rejection, skepticism, even by other scientists?
The other scientists that rejected me were no small fries. I mean, they were really excellent scientists, but they were not open to really something new in crystallography.
And you were 100% sure that you were correct.
A new group of avant-garde, mainly young scientists around the world, took my discovery and turned it into a flourishing science. The world was exploding with activity.
The dynamics of innovation these days.
To understand the concept of innovating innovation, let us look at what happened in the past. In the past, innovation was done locally, within the company. The arena of innovation is global now. You don't look for innovators in your hometown or in your organization. You look for innovators around the world. And you go to places where innovation thrives, you look for the brightest minds, and you ask them, tell us what's new.
Giants like Google on one hand, or Facebook, or Huawei, or Tencent, huge companies, they go after the small ones, the smart ones, wherever they are in the world.
You can predict where the world is going, the world of innovation, because you see the evolution of subjects. But you cannot predict revolution. And the large companies, they should look for the revolution. Because if they create a revolution, it's their own. And it gives them a fantastic edge. And this is why they should look for the brightest minds, because these are the people that make the revolutions.
But they do fail sometimes.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yes. Startups fail. Most startups fail. But the question is, okay, so you failed once. What do you do next? Give up? Go to work for somebody? Or say, I rise again. I have a new idea. I start again. In some countries, mainly in the Far East, but also in Europe, failure is a shame. It's a shame on you. It's a shame on your family. Maybe a shame on your city. And therefore, people are afraid of failure. Fear of failure is the major obstacle to innovation.
Can you teach and educate the younger generation in China, for example, to initiate more, to think differently?
I try to teach the gospel around the world. Teach science early as the kindergarten. It may change our world if you start teaching science at a very early age. Don't look at young people as retarded adults. They are very, very bright. Young children are amazing, absolutely amazing. Invest in them. Make them the future scientists and engineers of the world.
What would be your best advice to the young students, to the next generation?
If you want to innovate, you have to have broad knowledge of what's happening. You have to understand the world around you. But on top of it, develop one peak of expertise. Become an expert. Become an expert in something you like. And I tell young people, I promise you, if you have broad knowledge and become an expert in something you like, you'll have a wonderful future.
Professor Dan Shechtman, I thank you very much.
My pleasure.